Okay, good morning. It's Saturday. I think it's like the 24th or 25th of August, and I just entered what's known as the 100-mile wilderness. It's just about the last 100 miles of the Appalachian Trail. It's called the wilderness because there's no communication that will work there unless you have a satellite phone. And there's very few roads access, so some logging roads. So G-Bolt and I have entered just a few minutes ago. We have 6 days of food. We're planning to get through the 100 miles in those 6 days. And it'll be the longest time that we've been out without getting to town for resupply or shower or anything like that. And at the end of that 100 miles, we'll get to Baxter State Park where Mount Katahdin is. And then we'll make arrangements to get up Baxter, get up Mount Katahdin at Baxter State Park. Haven't used the stick pick much lately, so I thought since this trip is coming to an end, I would try to film a little bit more in this last part of the journey. So thanks for following all this time and checking in on the videos, and hopefully we'll have some good things to see. It's a beautiful day today. We've had 2 great days in a row. The forecast is actually quite good. Not that it's been very productive trusting the forecast, but right now there's nothing that's horrendous in the outlook. So be surprised we get through these 6 days without some rain, but overall it looks pretty good. So I'll be back. Thanks. Well, I'm going to take you on this journey through the 100-mile wilderness, and probably do more video than we normally do. We're coming to the end of this trip and this journey, and just be fun to show you as much as possible through this special part of the world. So here is North Pond. We're gonna see a lot of these ponds. It's just beautiful. It's a little hazy today, a little overcast, but it's supposed to be a pretty good day. So we'll see. I'll be back. This is what the trail looks like this morning. We've got G-Bolt leading us this morning. You see, trail is kind of known to be very rooty. Right now it's rooty and pine needles. This is really pretty good trail as it goes. You have to pick your feet up a lot and get over these roots, but we have had a lot worse. So this is a pretty nice trail this morning. And we'll see as we go through this part of the trail and this journey. You see up here on the left, we've got part of this marshy part of this North Pond. Everyone said that this 100-mile wilderness is one of the prettiest walks we're going to have. So again, that's why I'm going to take a little more video and share this with you, and probably turn into a long separate video when we're all done. I'll be back. Very common here, particularly in Maine, to have trail that follows this kind of rock slabs, and this is a good example of it. Sometimes it can get very steep and slick, and of course when it rains it becomes a little more challenging, but very common to have this as part of the trail, and just wanted to again share that, show that to you, and we'll have much more of it. And off we go. So this is Little Wilson Stream. We're gonna have to cross right through there. Does not look like we're gonna have to put on our Crocs today. And you can hear the falls, Little Wilson Falls, which we're gonna see in a moment. They're right here. Some great geology here. This big steep granite slab or little canyon down here. And we're still having a really nice day. So let's see what else we've got around here. Here's a good example of what I was saying before about them using these rock outcroppings for the trail itself. We do this quite a bit where the trail, see here's a white blaze, where the trail goes over and follows these slabs of rock or these rock ledges. Sometimes they're nice and easy like this, sometimes they are narrow, and sometimes they're very slanted. So we get a lot of different types, but it's a very common scene out here where the trail also often follows on top of these rocks. These are almost like slate that is almost sticking up at us. Anyway, just thought I would show you that a little bit more about how the trail often goes for us. And as I said, this is our first day in the 100-mile wilderness, and we're starting to close in on the end of the trip. Here's RTK fording Little Wilson River. We checked upstream and there were some rocks close, but not totally good. We'd still gotten wet, so we decided to just come back and do it where the crossing is with the rope. And you can see he's picking his way across. Just below knee deep. Very similar to the last water crossing. Actually, the water hasn't been too cold. I don't know about this stream. Oh, there was a deep step, but he's through it. And just use the rope as a possibility. Okay, we're fording the Big Wilson stream. Here's RTK, listen to me. This is G-bolt coming across the stream. It's lots of rounded, slippery rocks. You have to be very sure of your footing. It's not too difficult, just got to be sure of your footing. This is, I think, our fourth one out of all the fords that were called for. I think we've only had to do about half of them, maybe even less than half, because the water's been lower than normal apparently, even though the last few weeks we've gotten plenty of rain. Looks like G-bolt's about got this nailed.
Sliver over till it's over.
You might notice the new look that G-bolt is spotting. He's recently cleaned up that face and gone back to just a goatee. All right, success. Okay, it's early morning on barren ledges. We've had a little cloudy, overcast morning, but the sun is peeking through. Look at this sort of mist and cloud lifting here over this mountain and the sun coming out. And then we have a view like this, which I'm sure is going to clear, because up here we do have some blue sky. And so I'm very optimistic that we're going to have a nice day, because if we look back over here, we see the sky clearing, I hope. So, we have a big day today. Oh, there's a mountain just getting cleared, and the clouds there out there. All these clouds sitting in the valley. We have a big day. We have 4 different peaks to climb. It's gonna be a hard day. Probably the hardest day we have left in the trip, so I'll be back. Okay, we made it to Barren Mountain. This is one side of it. We're gonna go look at the other side in a minute. Sun's still coming out, sky's still turning blue, but we still have a lot of clouds in the valley. Pretty neat picture here if you can see it well, with all the clouds sitting in the valley and the mountain peaks. Very gray out there in the distance, but those would have been covered up just an hour ago. And I think it's going to continue, hopefully, to clear. So that's the 180 on this side of the mountain. We're going to walk up a few more steps. There's a fire tower. And see what we have on the other side of this mountain. Barren Mountain. We went up Barren Ledges, Barren Mountain. It's a very tough day. We got 3 more peaks to climb called the Chairbacks. I'll be back. Okay, it's mid-afternoon on Sunday, the 25th to 26th. And we've got a pretty nice view here, so I thought I would share it. This is Chairback Mountain. There's a number of chairbacks we've climbed today. This is the last one. Certainly with the sky lifting, and we've gotten a lot nicer view as the day's going on. So here we go. Okay, that's the sign at the top of White Cap Mountain in G-Bolt. At the sign, this is a big moment for us. This is the last mountain we have to climb before we head off to Mount Katahdin. So it's a big accomplishment for us. And here's the view. Sun's a little in our eyes, so it's not great, but on the other hand, we do have some nice fair weather clouds, and many people don't get views like this up here, so we're very blessed to have this. We're probably gonna have some more views. We get just on the other side of the mountain as you start going down on the north side, there's a spot where on a clear day you can see Mount Katahdin. So we haven't seen Mount Katahdin yet, and maybe we'll see it today. I'm not sure. It's not a bad day, but it looks a little hazy in the distance. Anyway, I'll be back. Here's the view from the backside of the summit at White Cap. It's a better view because the light's at our back here. This is also the view where people say you can see Mount Katahdin. I think we actually can just make out its outline. Should be right in the center of the screen now. It's just the high outline of the peak there. So that's the first time we've seen it. That's the next mountain we'll climb, and when we climb that, we will be done. So quite a nice view here today. Very fortunate to be up here on such a nice day. All right, so we're on Little Boardman Mountain, which was a little more of a mountain than I thought. After coming off a White Cap, I thought we were done, but it's a short, pretty vertical climb. Worked up a pretty good sweat, but now we've got this view of Mount Katahdin, and there's some blue sky out there. They're calling for showers this afternoon. Looks okay right now. I'm not positive if this is Katahdin right in front of us with the sun on the slopes and the peak into clouds, or whether maybe it's out there on the right. Wish I knew, but at least we have this to remember, and we'll come back and check. Okay, I just took this video about 15 minutes ago, and I had a chance to watch the clouds clear, and we have a little better view, and thought I would record it again, which of course you probably never are going to even see the first one, so that was unnecessary commentary. But we're told that this is Katahdin. I don't know if it's this one or this one. I kind of think it's the one that's further to the right and still in the clouds. But anyway, we're on Little Boardman Mountain. It's the last climb we have to make. I said yesterday Whitecap was the last climb. It really was. Whitecap was the last real climb, over 4,000 feet above tree line. This Little Boardman Mountain is not even 2,000 feet. And it was a little tough getting up here. I had to break a sweat, but a lot easier than most things we've done. So we're closing in on it, and hopefully we'll have another nice day. They're calling for showers, but it looks pretty good right now. I'll be back. So we're tenting tonight on the beach. That's my tent on the left. And there's Gregory. Right. And here is the lake. And look at, we had a tiny storm come through. Mostly it passed us, but look at the sun is setting behind us and illuminating these clouds. So got this magnificent sky. Here's the lake, here's the clouds, and here's the rest of the scene. Probably 7 o'clock at night, maybe. So it was very stormy back up there an hour ago, but we didn't get much of it. There's the sun setting over there. So it's a special night, special chance to do this, and I'm recording this when I only have 3 days left in the trip. So just thought I'd share this with you. Pretty neat. Okay, we're closing in on Katahdin.
Yes, you are.
And here is a view from the last, I've said this about 3 times, the last mountain we have to climb before Katahdin. But there's Katahdin in the clouds straight ahead, but it'll be sunny when we summit. And a really great view. It's really clear this morning. The clouds have come in, and good chance of a thunderstorm this afternoon. But still a great view, and I want to share it with you. That's our last day in the 100-mile wilderness, and we got another pretty day. Hard to believe how many nice days we've had. It's cooler this morning, which has been great for hiking, and clouds have been lifted, and look at this beautiful blue sky. Still early in the morning, about 8:30, but it's got this gorgeous lake here, and we're actually filling up water for the day, and not out of the lake, but actually a cold spring that's feeding right into the lake. So it's one of our last views, but we'll see what else we have today. Well, I've reached A-Ball Bridge, pretty well-known spot, because here is a really famous picture of Katahdin. That's the mountain right there. It's in the clouds today. It's been clearing all day, so we might still get a good view. This is A-Ball Pines Campground, and then up on the right is, we'll be staying up there for a little farther on the right. And then tomorrow we've hiked 10 miles to the base of the mountain, and then on Saturday, the plan is to then climb it on Saturday. So today is Thursday, tomorrow is a 10-mile hike to the base of the mountain, and then Saturday is a 5-mile hike up to the summit. And hopefully Cheryl will be here. She's got plans, and as long as no travel issues, we should see her. Forecast is good. Well, I came back, and as I thought, The clouds cleared, and look at this. This is just amazing that we can get this picture of Mount Katahdin before we summit. So it obviously is beautiful and clear today. It's supposed to be that way for the next couple days, and we should be up there not tomorrow but the day after tomorrow, and hopefully this weather will hold. But this is just such a perfect photo opportunity, and glad I could share it. Okay, it's Friday, August 31st. Just left A-Ball Bridge Campground. Got a 10-mile hike today to the base of the mountain. This is our greeting, our welcome to Baxter State Park. Of course, Mount Katahdin is in Baxter, and I'm not sure you could possibly have a better day than today. So people summiting today will have a magnificent clear day, it looks like, and great long views. And the word is we should have this tomorrow morning, but clouds are coming in after lunch. So we'll be hopeful to have a nice day, but it's been such a incredible blessing to have this weather. Took 7 days to get here from Monson, and we had sunshine every day, so it's unbelievable. And this view and this welcome after all these miles is pretty amazing. So we'll be back. One of the great things of the Appalachian Trail is that every day it's about 70 degrees, blue sky, sunshine, and about every 5 or 10 minutes you get to see a waterfall or something like this. So it's a special place, and this is just what happens every day while we're out on the trail. Big Niagara Falls. This is during our hike to the base of Mount Katahdin. We got a perfect day. Unbelievably nice day. Like I said, every day on the AT is just like this.